What's up? It's Ryan, and welcome back to the show. This show is pretty much a baby of 75 Hard. So the first probably quite a few episodes, I'm going to talk about 75 Hard. So how we got here is because on the second step of 75 Hard, called Phase 1, you have to do 3 additional power tasks. And one of my power tasks is this, something that's going to push me and make things harder. Every day I have to come to this. I'm actually doing this on my phone, believe it or not. I come to the phone and I speak to you right there. So today I want to go over 75 Hard made easy, even though it's supposed to be hard. Let me explain. So you have all of these different steps you need to do. I'll go through them real quick. You have the diet. You have the gallon of water, okay? Back to the top. Have to stick to a diet. You have to drink a gallon of water. You have 2 workouts a day, every day for 75 days, 45 minutes each workout, one of which has to be outside. You have to do a progress photo every day. You have to not drink alcohol, no cheat meals, and if you fail, you got to start all over, okay? So that in itself, checking all of those off, is a job. It is hard to do. I want to show you some ways that I made it systematized, not to necessarily say it was easy, but I made it easier. And that is something 75 Hard teaches you and taught me. So what I want to do here is not say, do what I did and you will pass. I don't want to say this is easy. It's 75 Hard made easier because that's what it actually makes you realize you need to do. Even in doing the additional 3 power tasks in this phase, one of them, an additional thing you have to do in phase 1 is visualization. 10 minutes, lay in bed and think. And just that visualization, knowing I'm doing this, got me thinking, wait, I need to put some systems in the process here. If you go back to my very first video, I said, I'm shooting from the hip. This is not edited. I actually do video, and I will toot my own horn. I do it really well. I can edit things. I chop things up. I can make them entertaining. I want it to get here now raw, get after it, and then tweak it from there. I want it to get the process down, okay? Back to the systems. I want it to get a system down. So let's start at the top with the diet. What are some of the things I did to systematize and make my life easier? I use an app called Lose It. A lot of people use MyFitnessPal. Only reason why I use Lose It is because I downloaded that before MyFitnessPal, and about 4 years ago at this point, they gave out a Black Friday deal where you buy it once for like $99 and you have it for life, premium. So hard to beat that, right? So I use Lose It. It's basically the same thing as MyFitnessPal, okay? You're logging all of your food. You're tracking everything you're doing. You know where you're at, and you have to be consistent with yourself. Your 1 gallon of water, I used a Nalgene bottle to begin, and then I switched over in the heat of the summer here in South Carolina. It gets hot, and you leave that thing in the car, and it just turns into really hot water. So I got a hydro flask. Awesome. I can't believe I've gone this long without it. I thought the Nalgene was the thing. Once I find my thing, I stick to it. And I got a hydro flask, and you just fill it up 4 times throughout the day. Make sure you drink each time. Empty it out. You fill it up 4 times at your gallon. So I know where I'm at throughout the day. It's all about tracking. You have to be able to measure what you're doing. Your 2 workouts a day. The first workout I always did immediately after taking my progress photo. I would drink my pre-workout, I would read my book, and then I would do my workout. I was doing a program, I still am. I am doing a program called Lift 4, L-I-I-F-T. It's lifting, intensity, interval training. It's kind of like a hit and a lift, and then mush it together. It's on Beachbody. I'm not a Beachbody coach, got nothing to sell. I love this program. It's an 8-week program. The first 6 weeks, you are doing like a build, you're building your base. The last 2 weeks is a burn. I have been doing this for over a year and a half now. Usually your body will get used to something. Not this workout. You are always just constantly pushing yourself. Some of the workouts are actually less than 45 minutes. So what I had to do was add in extra sets or add in a circuit at the end, or go for a walk, or do some yoga after, whatever got me to my 45 minutes plus, right? My second workout, almost always, 9 out of 10 times, 70 out of 75 times, was taking a walk with my girlfriend Melissa and our son Noah. And that was a great experience for me because every day, this is back to the system, remember this, every day I knew that's what I was going to do. That's who I was spending my time with. I'm getting family time in. Even though he's 2 years old and I already know what he did all day, I'm going to ask him what he did today and how his day was. And I get to say the same thing to Melissa. It's just good to get out before the sun goes down or as it's going down and end your day. The same way you started your day, waking up at the same time, watching the sunrise during your workout. You start building these systems, and these are the things you need in 75 hard, but also life. And again, this isn't making 75 hard a breeze. You still have to do these things. What it's doing is it's making your life better by realizing in having to do these things for yourself, you're implementing them into other steps of your life, and you're creating a more natural way to live, and you're breaking free of all that comfort zone stuff that has actually held you back. The laziness has held you back. Progress photo. Man, I failed. I think I failed 7 times, and 4 out of 7 times because of the progress photo. Maybe 5, honestly. Progress photo. I created a system. I wake up every morning. I pee. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I get on the scale. I weigh in. I take my phone. I put it on a tripod that is facing a blank wall. It's always pretty close to the same mark on the floor. It's where, the flooring lines up to the next board, and I always just come an inch off of that board, and I focus right on that wall. I put my phone on the timer. I put the flash on. I hit it. I take the picture. Boom, done. I crop it. I actually use these little hash lines when you go and you go to crop your photo on the iPhone. I put them right on my nips. And that's why I know I'll always have the same exact photo. So if I ever wanted to do like a pop progress photo, I should always be in the same spot. And then I upload that photo into the 75 Hard app because it wants you to say, did you take your photo? And I did, and I uploaded in there. So again, it's creating these little systems and routines. These mini routines in this program make you think about what other mini routines can you implement into your life, which is the program, and make it the best life possible, right? Reading 10 pages. I've said this in my last couple shows. I had the hardest time with reading 10 pages. I'm not illiterate. And I don't know if I have ADD or not, which is probably an ADD thing to say. I don't know. But I do know that I could go through 3-4 pages and then realize my brain's been over here and the book's here and I have absorbed nothing. So I had to really figure out what is my system. Well, let me read things I need to know. These are going to help me with work. These are going to help me with my money. Those are the 2 things I was focused on first. 2 things most people are focused on. So I made damn sure that I was taking in information that was going to better my life. And I started struggling with the 10 pages. And I probably struggled for about 4 or 5 days. But almost by the end of the week, I'm like, 15 pages, 20 pages. Let me read 2 chapters. Let me read 30 pages. Let me read 40 pages. Like, it was nothing. You actually had to pull yourself away from the book. And while you could say, well, gee, Ryan, that's great. I'm glad you did that. What has it done for my life? I think it was a second or third book I read was by a guy who wrote a book called Profit First for Contractors by Shawn Van Dyke. Okay. I read his book. And I was like, this is where we need to go because it's a system on how to measure your profit for contractors in the contracting business. Read that book. That led me on a chain reaction of his recommended books, which led me on a chain reaction of their recommended books. And now I have this lineup of books I am so excited to read. But what helped me with Shawn Van Dyke's book, and I can't believe where I went from reading his book 90, 85 days ago, whatever it's been since I started, is I'm now in like a mastermind group with him and other really successful contractors. And it wasn't a hard sales pitch. It was something I needed. And that's out there for you. So the system there is find the thing you need. Find the thing you're struggling with because 75 hard is about pushing through the struggle, pushing through the comfort zone, and finding that breakthrough. It really is a mental toughness program, but it's also going to be like a mental expansion program if you do this right. No cheat meals. I got the best system. All right, it's the most realistic system. I could say go use Instacart, right? You just order the things you need and you get it delivered, and that's easy. Maybe you can't afford that. I love going to the grocery store. It's like a hobby to me. So I don't want to do Instacart because going there is actually like a break, a mental break to be like, ooh, what things are here? And I'll get to like the bad things in a second, but here's what I want you to do. Here's your grocery store system. Go around the outside edge of the store. Skip the bakery. Bakery's usually on the outside edge, okay? If you want to get some bread, maybe you get some fresh breads. I don't eat breads like that, but I'm just saying, skip the sweets around there, okay? You hit the produce, you hit the meats. You go around the other side. Actually, my side has liquor. Skip that too. But you get what I'm saying. All those aisles have a ton of processed crap in it. They sneak things in there. They sneak the seed oils in there, the high fructose corn syrups. They relabel things. They make you think you're eating healthy and you're not. Get the meat, get the fruit. I stuck to a very basic diet. There's a guy out there, and you can think he's a quack. I like what he has to say. His name's Paul Saladino. He's a doctor, Dr. Paul Saladino. He calls himself Carnivore MD 2.0 on Instagram. Highly recommend looking into what he says. Here's why. His diet plan is meat, fruit, honey, raw dairy, eating the best stuff you can. I read his book, very good book, and in that book it even says you can eat outside of this. You're just not going to be eating optimally. You have to focus on what's optimal for you, right? So he actually says, eat the meat, fruit, honey, raw dairy, the healthiest things for you. Stay away from the vegetables. And he has his own reason why. And it's helped me. And it might not help everybody, but it has definitely helped me big time. Big time. So I'm not going to get deep into the book, but read the book. I highly recommend it. And go on his Instagram. His Instagram is hilarious and informative and eye-opening. And all I can say is at least try the diet for 30 days. Meat, fruit, honey, raw dairy. Give it a try. And I don't eat raw dairy. It's hard for me to get it around here, but I do go for like the A2 dairies. I do go for the goat milks. I go for the things that are a little easier on the system. All right, so the system for food is go around the outside edge of the grocery store and then know what you're going to get before you go. So for me, meat, fruit, honey. And I actually like to go a couple to 3 times a week to get the freshest stuff, okay? So know what you're doing there. That saves you from the cheat meals. That saves you from the wanting to pick the thing up and buy it, okay? Just that's where you get stuck, is when you walk through the aisles and the colorful foods and sugary crap just get to you. You want to stay away from that. No alcohol. For me, the system was easy. I stopped drinking alcohol before I did this. But that wasn't an easy system to break. That was tough. That's a whole nother 10 videos. I don't even know how to honestly describe how I stopped. I just finally hit a wall of being tired of lying to myself. Be like, my main reason was I wanted to be more physically fit. I wanted to be healthier, and I wanted to last longer for my son. So you think you're good, you stop for 2 weeks, and then you get after it. And you know that song, I forget who sings it. It's a country song. It goes, if I have one, I have 14. There ain't no in between. The more I drink, the more I drink, the more I drink. I was good at it. Wasn't an alcoholic. I could stop when I wanted to. And I wasn't like an abusive person, or I wasn't like a crazy person most of the time. Even like, and embarrassingly, I could black out and you would never know it. So, and I didn't always get like that. Most of the time I didn't get like that. But it held me back from what I wanted to do. And that's where I hit my wall. So if that's where you're at, this program will help you, because if you have that drink, you start back over. Remember that. If you fail any of these, you start back over day one. And you have to keep going. That's the other thing. You realize you have to keep going. You have to force forward. You have to get it. If you fail, get back up and do it again. Because if you don't come back, that's the ultimate failure. You're never going to improve. So with that, those are the basic systems that I really wanted to tell you guys about. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments, DM me. just reach out to me. I'm not selling anything. I got nothing to sell. Actually, I do have a pre-workout I could sell you, but I'm not pushing it right now. We didn't get there yet. I just want to go through what 75 hard is and how it's helped me. And the next video I think I'm going to do is 75 hard made harder. Because there's actually there's parts of this where you go, all right, I got it. I got it. I got to push myself a little more, right? Like in this phase of 75 hard, I got to take a cold shower. The first day sucked. Yesterday sucked. Today got a little bit better. But I think in about a week, I'm going to be trying to figure out how to add ice cubes above my head so the water flows through it. I'm freezing. You get to that point. You want to get to that point. You want to be hungry for the challenge. All right? I'll see you tomorrow. 75 hard. Made harder. That's what we're going to talk about. Take care. Have a great life. Come back. See you tomorrow. Bye.